Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving deep into the secrets of a long and, more importantly, a happy life. We're going to be guided by the incredible wisdom in the book Ikigai, exploring a powerful Japanese concept that, honestly, might just change the way you look at everything.
So let's just start with a really big question, one I think we all wrestle with at some point. What is the meaning of my life? I mean, what's my real reason for getting out of bed every single morning?
Well, it turns out the answer might just lie on the island of Okinawa, Japan. This place is one of the world's blue zones, which means it has more people over the age of 100 than almost anywhere else on the planet. And get this, they don't just live longer, they live better. And that brings us to the Okinawans' big secret. It all comes down to a single, powerful word, Ikigai. So let's unpack exactly what this concept is and why it seems to hold the key to their amazing health and happiness. See, the Japanese believe that every single one of us has an Ikigai. It's hidden deep inside, and finding it, well, that takes a little bit of a patient search. It's your purpose, the thing that brings you joy and meaning. It's so important, in fact, that many people in Japan never really retire. They just keep doing what they love. But Ikigai isn't just some abstract idea, it's backed up by a lifestyle of really simple, powerful habits. And one of the most important ones is a rule for eating, which is summed up by this number right here. So what on earth could 80% have to do with your diet? It's this piece of ancient wisdom, hara hachibu. It basically means you stop eating when you're just starting to feel full, not when you're totally stuffed. This simple habit keeps the body from getting worn down by long, heavy digestion. It's a huge reason why Okinawans actually eat fewer calories than most of us in the West, but they never feel like they're starving. And another huge secret, it's feeling like you belong. In Okinawa, it's common to form a moai. Think of it as a tight-knit group of friends you have for your entire life. They support each other emotionally, even financially. It creates this incredible sense of security, knowing you've always got someone in your corner. Okay, so let's get into the mindset behind all of this. Because Ikigai isn't just about what you eat or who your friends are, it's really about cultivating the right attitude for a long and happy life. The book makes this really fascinating comparison to logotherapy, which is a school of psychology founded by Viktor Frankl. Now, unlike psychoanalysis, which is always digging into your past, logotherapy is all about looking towards your future. It's designed to help you find your purpose, your reason to live, which is exactly what Ikigai is all about. So a huge part of living your Ikigai is finding what's called flow. You know that feeling, right? That magical state where you're so completely absorbed in what you're doing that time just disappears. The way to get there is to find that perfect sweet spot where a challenge perfectly matches your skill level. If it's too easy, you get bored. If it's way too hard, you get anxious. But when it's just right, that, my friends, is flow. And this quote from Aristotle just hits the nail on the head. Finding your Ikigai and getting into that flow state, it isn't about some massive one-time achievement. Nope, it's about turning the things you're passionate about into your daily habits. It's the small, consistent things you do every day that build a life of purpose. Okay, so we've talked about the mindset. Now let's get super practical and see how this all comes together in daily life. We're talking about real, tangible habits from the world's experts on longevity. Just look at their diet. It's incredible. Think of it like eating the rainbow. It's super varied with lots of vegetables, grains, and soy products at its core. They have fish a few times a week, but eat very, very little sugar. Oh, and a local favorite is sampin cha, which is a simple mix of green tea and jasmine that's just packed with antioxidants. And what about exercise? Well, you're not going to find these folks running marathons. Their secret is constant, gentle movement that's just part of their day. We're talking about things like walking, gardening, and even these light morning exercises they call radio taiso. It keeps them active without all the strain. This insight from an Okinawan centenarian, man, it just perfectly captures the whole idea. It's about staying active, staying engaged with your passions and your community, and just never losing that sense of purpose, no matter how old you get. So, where does this leave us? What's the big takeaway here? Well, the path to finding your own Ikigai is definitely a personal journey, but it's built on a few core ideas that really any of us can learn from. It really boils down to these 4 pillars. First, have a reason to get up in the morning. Second, surround yourself with good friends. Third, fuel your body with healthy food, but not too much. And fourth, never stop moving. It sounds simple, but it's so incredibly powerful when you put it all together. This actually comes from a stone marker in Ogimi, the village of longevity, and it just illustrates their mindset perfectly. It's not about being afraid of getting old. It's about embracing the entire ride with a kind of youthful energy and strength. Look, the principles are all here. The wisdom is clear. But the journey? That part is all yours. Discovering your own reason for being, your Ikigai, isn't just a secret to a long life. It's the secret to a joyful one. So what's your reason going to be?